Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you my foundation routine. It's going to be a bit of a tutorial, so if you want to know how I do it, then please keep on watching. And don't forget to subscribe to see my past videos and all the videos I am going to make for you guys. Click that subscribe button. As far as the base goes, I have started with a completely clean face. There is nothing on my face, no moisturiser. Obviously I've done my eyes, but this is my bare skin. Now what I normally do is going with a primer first. This isn't always necessary. I don't always use primer because, to be honest, sometimes I completely forget. The primer I've got to use today is one by Arbonne. It's a really nice smoothing primer. It's literally called Makeup Primer Base de Maquillage. You're just taking a pea-sized amount, and I'm literally going to put this all over the nose, the forehead, the chin, and rub all of that in. It's got a really nice texture to it, and it doesn't feel greasy whatsoever. Normally when I have absolutely no makeup on, I like to put this on the eyes as well, because I find that it's a really good base for for when I do my eye makeup basically. The next step that I do in my foundation routine is by no means necessary to what you could do for yours, but I find that when I take photos for my social media, which if you're not following me, you should definitely go and do that. This step really helps with sort of pre-editing my photos, and what I'm talking about is the NYX pore filler. I bought this literally just to try it out because I was really curious to see how well it would work. I have pretty large pores, mainly on my forehead for some reason. It looks really weird when you see super up close, but yeah, this stuff is incredible. You can pretty much buy this at any NYX counter, and it's about, I'd say between like £7 and £12 maximum. So this stuff is super strange. The only way I can describe it is like popping a spot. I know that sounds pretty disgusting, but this stuff really works, and I just take kind of like a pea-sized amount and apply that to where my pores are the largest, which for me is around the side of my nose, and I like to apply quite a lot of this on the areas, because with it being a pore filler, the more you apply, not too much, but the more you apply, the more it's going to work. So now I have filled my pores, and they are, I wouldn't say completely gone, but my pores look significantly gone, pretty much. The thing I'm going to move on to is my foundation. Now the one that I've been absolutely living for at the moment is the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. The colour I'm using is Buff. I usually have two colours. One is a much lighter one, but since it's been quite nice weather, apart from like the last 2 weeks, I have actually got a bit of a tan, so I'm using the darker one today. So I'm going to go in with my trusted little beauty blender. This is from Nancy, I believe. It was £5. This is literally the best beauty blender I've ever used. In comparison to before I wet it, this was the normal size. You can see how much it gets bigger, and I apologise for the fact that both my beauty blenders are absolutely disgusting at the moment, but I've been super busy, so I haven't actually had time to clean them. So how I do my foundation is by literally pumping the foundation onto this curved side of the beauty blender. I usually do like 2 pumps, and then I spread this around all over my face. And then because the beauty blender is already wet, it makes it extremely easy to blend this out. So I finished blending the foundation onto the skin. I think it's looking really, really pretty. It hasn't quite covered up my scarring on this side to what I want it, but that's fine because I will contour, and that pretty much finishes everything and completely covers my skin. So that is the bit I'm going to move on to now. What I'm going to use to begin with is this little baby right here, which is an instant anti-age. Not that I need it because I'm only 22, but This stuff is fantastic. I actually saw this being reviewed by Laura Lee, who, because of her review, convinced me to buy it. Again, I bought it from Tesco. When I bought the foundation, I got a couple of bits together. And the thing I love about this product the most is how it works. It's super clever, and I wish more packaging was like this, purely because you don't actually waste that much product. You twist the top and the product moves from the bottom all the way to the sponge, and as you can see, none of the product at the top is actually being wasted, so I don't have to, like, when I'm running out, I'm not going to need to go around the sides trying to get it all out. So this thing's really good. I wish I could have got it in a lighter colour, but unfortunately it was sold out, so I got the colour above this, the one that I wanted. This one is in nude, so I'm going to turn this up a little bit so the product comes out at the top, and this is just going to go under my eyes to help conceal them. So you can either do like a brushing motion like this, I'll do this on this eye, or you can do the dabbing motion. The only thing about this product is that the sponge bit is quite hard, so if you're using this on yourself or on somebody else, I would recommend not pushing down too hard, because you might hurt that person. So I'm not going to use this to contour, but I'm literally just going to use this to help conceal my eyes. And then I'm going to go back in with the Beauty Blender, the same side that I used the foundation on, and that's just going to blend out into the rest of my foundation. Moving on to the contour stage, that product is completely concealed around my eyes, so all the darkness is gone, and now I can go in with this amazing little palette which I've shown you guys before. It's the Manon concealer palette. It's fantastic. I have the large version as well, which is this one, but this is the more convenient smaller one, which is also good. This just has more shades, so I'm going to go in with this one anyway. Taking my old crusty concealer brush, which I've had for light years, I'm going to go in with the lightest colour in the palette, and I'm going to just go right under my eye over the concealer I've done before. You'll see people who do like triangles or circles or ovals. If you're doing it on yourself, honestly, there's absolutely no preference on how you contour. It's just, you know, however you want to do it, basically. Sometimes I like to do triangles, sometimes I just like to do crazy brush strokes. So these are the places that I like to put my highlight on, and this will get completely blended out so I won't look so scary and white. I'm going to use the same brush and go in with one of the darker shades and do my actual contouring. I don't want to do this too harsh because I like to also contour using the blusher once I've powdered and set my face, but I do find that doing this beforehand does help with that afterwards. To blend this out, I'm going to go back in with this Beauty Blender because it's the best thing on the entire planet. I'm so happy I discovered this product. It makes me so happy. Start with the highlight and blending that in, and then I go in with the bottom of the Beauty Blender and blend in the dark contour. I don't know if you guys can tell, but in like right now, I know you guys will see this as a finished product, but right now I feel really confident. I don't feel half as nervous as when I did my first two videos, and I think it's to do with the fact that I've been working in a studio on a commercial production set, so seeing the presenters working has really helped to boost my confidence, just to get that insight on how they speak to the camera. And I managed to get a good few tips from one of the presenters, which was really lovely of him. He so didn't have to because we were all super busy. But I feel good, I feel really good today. So now all the contouring is blended in, I can move on to baking the face. This step might not be for everybody. I know I was absolutely terrified the first time I did this, and to be completely honest with you guys, I've been a makeup artist for 6 years now, and I only learned how to make my face about 2 months ago, if that. And honestly, this step has changed the way my foundation sits on my face, how long it lasts. This step's fantastic. If this does absolutely terrify you, you do not need to do this on yourself. You can simply just go in with a translucent powder and set the foundation, but I have got used to it now. It doesn't scare me as much, so I like to do it. What I'm going to use is the Ben Nye Fair Translucent Powder. Now you can see how incredibly massive this tub is. I got it from the UMAE Expo, which is United Makeup Artists Expo. It was in London back in April, and this baby cost me about £18, which for the size of the product is really, really good, and it's going to last me quite a while, hopefully, if I don't drop it everywhere, which I've been known to drop things all the time. Because I use this product on myself, I already have a little throwaway sponge in there which stays in there constantly. I do replace it every now and again, but because it's only going on me, I don't really mind. And where this is going to go, you can use a brush for this, you can use your beauty blender. I don't like to use my beauty blender simply because I find it's going to clog my beauty blender. I don't know, personal preferences and all. Anyway, I'm going to go in with this, and it's going to go pretty much all over where I've highlighted my face, not where I've contoured. So I'm going to start with under the eyes, and you're going to, when I put this on, you're going to see how super weird this looks. But I promise you, this step completely works to seal your fate, basically. It's going to go right under the eyes. And as you can see, I'm sticking it on quite thick. That's fine. I'm gonna go on the nose, underneath the cheekbones, chin, nose, and most importantly for me is the forehead. Now that's on, I'm gonna wait for a couple of minutes for it to really work and take effect, and then I will be right back to brush it all off. So I've had the powder on now for about 2-3 minutes. I'm going to use the biggest, fluffiest brush I have, and this one is by Thankyou, the same company as the Beauty Blender, and I'm going to brush this off. Do this in a circular motion, and then whatever is left on the brush gets put onto the contouring part of the face. So now that I've brushed all that off, I'm going to go in and bronze my face just to warm it up a bit, because at the moment I'm thinking it's a bit flat. The bronzer today, I'm going to use an Arbonne one. It's just a standard bronze colour, looks like this. It has a slight bit of shimmer though, which I personally don't mind, but for you guys, you might not want to use it in case you don't like the shimmer in it. And this is just going to go on top of where I contoured earlier. When I was at college, we got taught this rule of 3 when it came to like doing your blush and your bronze, and it'd be starting at the top of the forehead, going down onto the cheekbone, and then down on the jawline. So that's a really good little tip to use when doing your own and like wondering where to put it. Now my bronzer is on, I'm going to go in with a slight bit of blush because I just want to add some colour to my face. To do this, I'm going to go in with a different brush, although it looks exactly the same as the first one I've used. This one is by Spectrum, it's the A05, and the blush that I'm going to go in with, I should really be embarrassed by this. I don't even know what brand this is from because I've had it so long. I think this is Ben Nye. I got it in a college kit and I must have had it at least 5 years, which I should probably throw it away, but I really like this colour because it's quite a warm, darker tone, and you really don't need a lot of this because it can give you quite a lot of colour as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this onto my apples of my cheeks. And the final step to do is the highlighting. So the one I'm going to use is by Manon. So I'm going to use this massive fan brush that I've got. Put quite a lot on there, because I like a good highlight, and this is going to go on top of my cheekbones like so. I like this because it's got a real nice gold colour to it. I do have a more silver one, but with the eye look that I've done today, I'm going for gold. I literally cannot get over how blinding this is. Oh, I love it so much. So that is it, guys, for my complete finished foundation routine. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a cute little comment down below of other videos you want to see in the future or anything like that. Yeah. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Please, as well, don't forget to subscribe because all of your support really helps me build this channel. I'm really passionate about it, so your support is definitely appreciated. Thank you, I love you all. Mwah. See you next time. I'm going to move on to foundation. Now, for this step, the foundation that I've been... That ain't right, girl. Finishes the makeup off. No. If you're wondering, lipstick on the teeth. Like, oh no. So this is it, guys. This, oh shit, look at that. Oh. Oh, it's going on. Oh, it tastes so gross. Be mad.